Good morning, students. I am S. Mohanasundari, Department of Chemistry. In this video, we are going to discuss Chapter 4, Water. So, today's learning objectives are importance of water, sources of water, states of water. So, first we have to know what is water. Water is made up of tiny molecules of hydrogen and oxygen. That is, two hydrogen and one oxygen together to form a water. So each one is very small, so we cannot see through a very powerful microscope. And pure water does not have any color or taste, or it does not smell like anything. And water exists in three forms in earth, that is solid, liquid and gas forms. So the importance of water. So water is a major component in all living bodies, right? So our body, our human body consists of 60 to 70% of water. So this water helps for various processes which is happening in our body, like digestion and absorption of nutrients. Like this, it helps in various processes. And also the water bodies like lakes, rivers, ponds, seas, oceans, or a living place for animals and plants like fishes, like sharks, like lotus plant, lily plant. Like that, these water bodies are a living place for some animals and plants. So these water are used in various purposes, and as well as some fruits and vegetables are also a rich source of water. So for example, tomato. In tomato, 90% of water is present, and in cucumber it contains 96% of water in it, and watermelon consists of 92% of water. So let us discuss the uses of water. So the general domestic purpose of uses: drinking, bathing, washing clothes, washing utensils, cleaning, cooking, watering the plants. So these are all domestic purpose uses of water. So apart from the domestic purpose, it is used in agriculture field as well as in drinking. The drinking is a very important use of water. So without water we cannot drink, we cannot get an energy, we cannot make processes which is happening in our body. So washing, our personal body hygiene is done after this washing, like in water. We are washing our body in with water, and it is used as a fire extinction. We use water as a fire extinction, and the water is recreation, like in the field of swimming, water skiing, boating, surfing and diving. So this water, what we already used water, it is again recreation, and it is used in the field of swimming, boating, etc. And various industries using water for their products. So first one, agriculture. So growing food is the essential one. Without water the crops does not grow. So for growing of the crops, water is used. And also we are taking fish also like a food. So the water bodies like lakes, rivers, ponds, they helps to grow fishes in it, and after growing a fish we collect that fish and we are eating. So these ponds, lakes and rivers are also helps in growing of fish. And in industries like paper industry, cloth industry, chemical industry, medicine industry, food industry like bread, biscuits. So many industries requires lot of water to manufacture their products. And in vehicles, water used to keep things cool. That is, in radiators we are using water as a cooling system to keep the engines cool in car, buses and trucks. And in transport, water is used as a mean of transport, like transporting passengers or transporting goods from one place to another. We are through sailing boats, normal boats, motor boats, or through ships we are transporting goods and passengers. and also it is a transporter for seeds, like a dispersal of seeds which transported towards the water and settles at some places, and it grows like a trees or plants. So water is used in dispersal of seeds also. And in electricity, water is used to generate electricity. So in hydroelectric power plant, the water which is stored in dam allowed to fall, and that falling water, the fast moving water, turns the turbine to rotate. So the rotating turbines run the generators and it produces electricity. As well as in thermal power plants, the water is boiled to produce steam. So that high pressure steam turns the turbines which is connected to the generator, so that generators produce electricity. So 4500 liters of water is required to grow paddy plant. So we get 1 kg of rice with the help of 4500 liters of water. So and also the wheat. So to get 1 kilogram of wheat grains, 1500 liters of water is required to grow that particular plant. So after that requirements completed, after 1500 liters of water is used to grow the paddy plant, then only we get wheat grains. So now we discuss sources of water. So the place where we get water is called source of water. So like a river, we get water from rivers, streams, lakes, reservoirs, springs, groundwater. So we get water from these places. So these are all called source of water. So we get water from our tap in a home. How the tap gets water? From the rivers, nearby places, from the lakes in nearby our home, from the wells. So these are the source of water. So we have to make that water germ free, right? Because we are getting from various places, maybe it contains some germs or it may be contaminated. So we have to purify it and then we have to use for our purpose. So rivers, streams, lakes, reservoirs are sources of water. So how these lakes, rivers, ponds get water? So these places gets water from rain. The first one is rain and the second one is glacier. Glacier means a snow mountain which starts melting and produce and converted as a water. So rain and glacier is the main source of water for lakes, ponds and wells. So rainwater. Rainwater is the purest form of natural water. After raining, the rainwater seeps through the soil and settle down to the and it goes down to the earth. So ultimately the earth has some hard rocks in it. So that hard rock stops the water at a particular place. So after that, that collected water we can use it by digging a well in that place. So after digging the well, we collect it as a well water. So that well water may contain some dissolved salts in it. And the next one is spring. Spring is a particular point which water flows from the earth's surface is called spring. So the spring may flow for whole year or a particular time. It may differ from the place. So whole year it flows without any disturbances, or at particular place it flows depending upon the seasons like summer season, winter season, rainy season. The water may flow. So spring is a place where groundwater flows out of the ground. So this is an example for spring. We can see in this picture clearly the water is flowing from a particular point and it looks like a small stream. And the second one is ocean. We know our earth is surrounded, covered by 2/3 of water. The 2/3 of water is nothing, that is ocean and seas. Ocean means a big sea is called ocean. So ocean, seas are same meaning but the size differs. So a big sea is called an ocean. So this ocean and seas has water in it, but it tastes salty. So we call it as a saline water, salty water. So they have large amount of salts dissolved in it. So this is not fit for drinking or domestic purpose or in agriculture fields or in industrial needs. It cannot fit. And the next one is states of matter. We already know there are 3 states of water. So solid state, liquid state, gas state. So in water the solid state is ice or snow. Liquid form is water. Gas state is water vapor or steam. We can tell it as a water vapor and we can tell it as a steam. So these are the 3 states of water. So water can be changed into another state by heating or cooling. So this is called interconversion of states of water. So the ice melts to give water, water evaporates to give water vapor, and water vapor condenses to give water, and water freezes to give ice. So first see what is melting. When ice or snow is heated, it starts melting and it changes into water. This process is called melting process. And the second one is freezing. So when water is cooled too much, it starts freezing. So again it converted as a ice or snow. And the third one is evaporation. When water is heated, it starts evaporating and changes into water vapor or steam. Exactly opposite to this condensation. So when water vapor is cooled, it condenses and changes into liquid, that is water. So these are the four processes happening in conversion of states of water. So thank you students. Hope you all understood this session. Thank you once again.